How's it going, everybody? Today we are going to be building and reviewing Assembly Square, which is the 2017 modular building and is a part of the Creator Expert line from LEGO. This set has 4,002 pieces, so as far as I'm concerned, this is actually the biggest modular building they have. It's kind of the, as you can see there, the 10th anniversary of the modular line. So they kind of went big and special with it. I know this is not a new set by any means. It's now, 4 years old? But I just got it, so I'm reviewing it. This is what the front of the box looks like. On the other side of the box, we will see all of the minifigs and some accessories like a baby stroller, the camera, and the dentist chair. On the bottom of the box, we just get another photo of the finished build, and that's about it. On the other side of the box, we don't really get anything else interesting either. We have more of the 10th anniversary logo with different languages, more information. Not a lot on this side of the box either. On the back of the box, however, we get a lot of good stuff. So we see a lot of little details showing off some of the interior builds. Like one of the minifigs is a Lego fan, so they have the Eiffel Tower and a box with, I believe that is the Corner Cafe modular set. We have like the flower shop, bakery, music store, dance studio, and a lot of other little buildings. I'm not going to go into all of that right now off the back of the box. I'll go into that with the finished build. Down there shows more details, like how to connect it to the other modular buildings, and also a little mechanism with the bakery. And that's kind of the exploded view of the entire build. And down here you'll see what makes the modular building so special is the fact that you can combine them with the other modulars and make a really nice looking street for a Lego city. And now that we have the box out of the way, let's get set number 10255 Assembly Square built and reviewed. So first things first, we're going to check out the minifigs. These are mostly in the order that they get opened up in the bags, but not exactly. First up, we got a dog. We got a little chihuahua. I believe that's a chihuahua. It also kind of looks like a teddy bear. We have this woman here on the left. We have the bakery chef, we have the little coffee shop worker, the dentist, the photographer, I believe this is the employee at the music store, we have the dancer, and we have the adult fan of Lego and her baby. And around back of all of them, you can see that besides the chihuahua and the baby figure, all of them do have back prints. While some are definitely smaller, less detailed, less noticeable, all of them do have them, so that attention to detail from Lego is nice. And yeah, let's get to the actual build. As you can see, this set is massive. This is actually my third largest Lego set now, coming in behind just the Star Destroyer and the Hogwarts Castle, which is actually my largest set currently if you're going by piece count. Assembly Square sits on 1.5 base plates, so it's about 50% wider than a normal modular building, but just as deep and give or take as tall, and none of them are the same height. What I love about this one is it really is kind of an assembly square. It's not really just a building or two buildings, or, you know, kind of like how the police station's one big building with a few small builds on the side. This is a few buildings with a very nice kind of town square, little like meeting area, nice little spot to sit and relax, get some food from the bakery or coffee shop, sit down and relax, sit down and eat, and it's really nice. It's a really nice looking build. It is very demanding with size, obviously, and what I like about this one versus the police station, which is currently my only other modular, these are not connected other than that little I think it's like a jail door piece, but it's just for holding onto those leaves. But it kind of presents this nice little alleyway in between the builds, which is really nice. Obviously, in the kind of courtyard kind of area, we have this really nice fountain build. All of the tiling for the floor is really well done, very unique, and just looks great. Nice little seating outside, little trees. The sign for both really for all of the builds, the sign for the coffee shop, the flower shop, and the bakery are all fantastic. Before getting to the interior, I actually wanted to look at the sides and the back. As with pretty much all of the modulars, the sides are very unimpressive and not very nice to look at. That's because these are obviously designed to sit next to each other and you'll never see them, so they don't really put that much work into making them look pretty. Down here you'll see the little Technic pins. That's how you connect the modulars together. All of them have those Technic holes in the same spot, and you can put these pins in to hold them together and have them in the right spot. So this is going to be the right side of the set. Around back, it actually does look pretty interesting. Same deal, they never really make the back look too interesting, at least compared to the front. But considering you might actually see the back, at least in a Lego City layout, this looks really good. I really like the detail of the fire escape, all of the little back doors and entrances, the open kitchen for the apartment up top. The roof details are just great. The building techniques are super interesting and keep you, well, interested throughout the build. You don't really do the same thing too often, which is really nice in an architecture style build. And then coming down here, you'll see the back of the alley I was talking about, and it just looks great. And then it's the same deal on the other side. It's not great looking. It's not meant to be. It's just there. Another great thing about the modular series is just how easy it is to get into the different floors and see all the details on the interiors. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out the top level and then go down for each of the buildings. If you pop off the roof here, which is super easy to do, you're going to see the dance studio. And it's kind of hard to see. It's hard to get the camera in there, but you're going to have to kind of work with me. On this build, you can see a lot of natural light, a lot of nice windows. You have the grand piano, obviously, and the staircase going down and also up to the roof. You have this super interesting piece that I've never actually seen before. It's kind of a piece of, it feels like kind of cardboard, but it's like chrome finished and actually is a really, really nice mirror piece. So that's up in the dance studio there. But yeah, that's going to be the top story of that left building. Moving over, pop this part of the roof off very easily, and you'll see the apartment, which is connected to the kitchen that we were looking at earlier. So this apartment has a little fold-out couch that turns into a bed, which is nice because there's not a bed in this apartment, so you're going to need something to sleep on. Just fold that back up, back into place there. And the interesting thing about this apartment is it's actually an adult fan of Lego, or a Foles apartment. So they do have like a little Lego City train setup. In the corner over there, they have the Eiffel Tower. They even have an unopened Lego box, which is supposed to be the cafe corner. And it even is detailed enough to show the set number, as well as a pretty good representation of the box art itself. So that's sitting down there. But they also do have some finished builds around. And I know that these are supposed to be specific builds that I don't really remember. I think that one might be the London bus. I don't remember necessarily. And then over here you have a few modulars. You also have a little kitchen and a bathroom. Coming back over to this building, you pop off this floor. And as you can see, for connecting the different floors together, it's all smooth, tiled off pieces with very few actual connection pieces. So it sits on there like snug and it doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off, but it's super easy to remove and get into the lower floors. This down here is the music store. As you can see, there are two very nice guitars. The electric guitar, honestly, kind of disappointing because there's no printing on it, especially compared and sitting next to the acoustic guitar, which just has fantastic printing. I took them out so you can get a better idea. The blank red just does not look good next to this fantastically printed acoustic guitar. I think it's a great mold. I think it's a great piece. I don't think I would have been disappointed with it if it wasn't sitting right next to the acoustic guitar, but unfortunately it is, so I'm disappointed. You also have, I believe that is a saxophone. I'm not too familiar with a lot of instruments, so do not yell at me if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure I got that right. Over here, you have a very nice looking drum set. And since it is a music store, right in the middle, you do have a very nice looking cash register. Moving back over to this side, grab that. This whole thing comes off. Move that over there. And inside here, you have two different businesses. Over here, you have a little photography studio with a really nice old style camera, as well as this backdrop that they did a really good job with the build, making it look like it's actually rolled out onto the floor. And they do give you some studs on the ground so that you can place minifigs, or if you're taking a picture of like a little build. Super easy to work with that, and it looks great. Over on this side, you get a very nice, very small looking dentist office that is all one room, but you do get the counter when you walk in, the waiting room with couch and clock, and also a little plant, as well as just the fantastic looking actual dentist office. The amount of detail they're able to get in this tiny, tiny little build is just amazing, down to the sink even having a drain in it. Nice little painting on the wall, a cabinet with, I'm guessing, some kind of drug / painkillers in there, and the dentist chair itself along with syringe, and those drawers do have a few little tools in them. So overall, just great looking dentist office. I don't think they could have done much better on that. And also on the window, it does say "Prevent Yellowing Dentist," which is a joke about Lego, because when you're displaying Lego, if you get, too much sunlight, too much natural light, white bricks and other lighter bricks can yellow and look nasty. So there is a nice little nod to collectors. I'm running out of room to put these, but we're gonna keep going. Moving down here, you have the little coffee shop, which is very cozy looking. I absolutely love the little pieces that they use for slices of pie. You have the cash register and little area over there. Move over here, you get a little bit more seating, you get a little couch, more pie, which is fantastic. The floor build, the little tiled off build, is great looking. It's very unique. It's not something you see in a lot of builds, and it really adds a lot of character to this little shop. As well as outside, you have this really nice looking canopies. I'm not really sure what the name is. I'm totally drawing a blank right now, but they look really good. Along with the lamps, seating area, tile outside, little lamps, the sign, all looks very, very nice. And finally moving over here and popping this big piece off and moving that out of the way. Right here we have the flower shop with, I love the sign outside, the giant roses. I think that looks fantastic. They did a really good job on that. And also the little doorknob being a flower is just adorable, and I love it. Inside, you'll see a parrot on a little perch. As you would expect, quite a lot of flowers with the register and the $100 bill. And then these flowers are very, very slightly in there. They can just kind of pop right out. And hold on. That's the thing with these builds, is you have to really reach in there and have tiny little fingers. So you got a nice little wrapped up flower bouquet ready to be sold. Finally, over on this side, we have the bakery. On the shelf, we have some baked goods, some cakes, a croissant. Over here, you have the oven, which is awesome. It actually has a fun little play feature. So this is it closed up under the door. You can open this up, and it's hard to see, but there is a tray of cookies in there. But since it's very hard to get your finger in there, they do include this little push button on the back with that green cone on the end. When you push that, they slide right out. So you can reach in there and grab it, and it's a lot easier to access. And that is just a great little addition. It's a great quality of life for this build. They didn't need to put that in, but they did, and it's very appreciated, because I can only assume how annoying and frustrating it would be to try to wiggle that tray out of the oven. You can kind of see next to the register, you have the display case with more sweets in there. Looks like cupcakes as well as donuts. And in the front of the store, in the window, you actually have a big wedding cake. And if you can see, there is a bride and groom on top, and they did a really good job of making this look like a wedding cake with such few pieces and at such a small scale. These windows are actually the garage door pieces, and putting them in was a little bit annoying, but the result is just fantastic. It's exactly what I'm sure they were going for, and it looks great. And then you have more over on that side with more little pastries and cupcakes in the window. And of course you have this nice, very good looking fountain out front, a little flower stand, and a shovel and broom to clean up the little area over here and make sure it all looks nice. Alright, I got all of that assembled again, and I actually went and grabbed my police station modular. Yeah, I do have the figures set up on this one, kind of displayed out. I have a guy leaving the donut shop. Obviously I have Spider-Man hanging out up top. And I'm gonna end up displaying all the minifigs. I'm waiting till after the review to do that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm sure everyone watching this does know what modular buildings are and kind of gets the idea behind them. But just in case if you don't, I do want to show kind of what that is. So you can very easily just slide these together, line those pins up in there. I'm going to need 2 hands for this, but you just have to line those pins up. And when you push them together, you get this just fantastic looking city block, city street. It looks so cohesive. It looks like they're meant to go next to each other. And it looks like you can go driving down the road and just see this in really any city. It looks fantastic. The idea that they're going with works flawlessly. Obviously, the sidewalks have the same kind of style. They're very simple, but they do work together. The lamp next to the bench works out. And it's like when you get, this is only 2 modulars, but when you put them together, it's kind of hard to see where the seam is. It's hard to see like where the 2 sets kind of divide, and I think that's just great. Obviously, I can move the police station over to the left side of this if I wanted to. I can have it set up exactly how I want. If I got more modulars, which obviously I'm planning on, you can just change the orientation, have them set up to however you want, have it set up to however you think looks best. And I think that that's what makes the Creator Expert modular line just fantastic. But yeah, guys, that does it for the review of the Assembly Square set. This set is by far one of my favorite sets that I own. It is now my 3rd largest, and to date this is the largest modular building as well. And since this was kind of the 10-year anniversary modular set, I don't see them making a bigger one anytime soon, but if they do, you know, it's gonna end up on my shelf. But yeah, it's a great looking set. It was a really enjoyable build. I built it in 2 sittings over the course of yesterday and today. Very enjoyable and never got repetitive or boring, and I liked it a lot. The set does cost $280, and it is 4,000 and I believe 20 pieces. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Also, before I go, this was my first review, so let me know how I did. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover in future ones, or anything that I covered too much of. If you want me to go over like the extra pieces or go more detail on like building techniques, whatever it is you feel was missing from this, let me know and I'll make sure to put it in the next one. But yeah, have a good one. Bye.